All right, hello everybody. Since it's winter time and we're not running our trains outdoors because it's cold out, I decided to make a video on the ways to secure my heavy loads onto my flat cars. You may already do this in some way, but I want to show how I do it simply by using chain and ribbon I bought at the local Walmarts. Here you can find this in the jewelry section or craft section. As you can see, you can find different types of chain you can use. You've got black, bronze, some pewter. They come in 90-inch lengths, 100-inch lengths, depending on which ones you buy, at a relatively cheap price. You see, it's not authentic looking, but it's close enough. Price is right. There's all kinds of styles you could choose from, and they come with hooks and loops or rings, different colors, and it's fairly inexpensive. And if you make a mistake, just go back out and get some more. Just playing with my HO, it's missing the rear truck, so I used some ribbon that I also bought at Walmart's with the chain and the hook that came with the chain and some loops to make it look like it's lifting up the rear of the engine to be repaired. Next, I used it to secure my G-scale semi-trailers, where I simply drilled holes in the frame, ran the chain through it, used springs underneath it to keep tension on it. And it's tight enough where you can just pick it up and it holds it all together. Just put a little bit of tension on the train and it keeps it pretty tight. It looks pretty neat. Here I have a flatbed. I got one from one of my son's toys where it's ran it through the frame. Did the same thing. Used a spring, again from the local hardware store. Keeps it good and tight. And another one I use a tanker that I bought from a friend of mine. Add a chain, spring. Always got to try to keep it away from the trucks of the flat car, which I'll show you in a little bit. But I also use it to secure my loads. Here I got an SD70 truck that I use chain. One of my first ones I've ever done. Ran it through. You got to keep it away from the truck, so I put it in like a X pattern with a spring to keep it all tight. I don't have any sealant or screws holding this truck down. It's all being held down by the spring. And here I got a generator. But I do have a double-faced black tape to keep it from sliding around. But I also use the chain to hold it down. And here I got some caboose, Aristo-Craft caboose trucks where you have to use more chain and more springs. But on one end I had to use eye hooks I screwed into the frame of the trailer and had to add the chain going one way and come back around on the other side, looping around like that. That keeps it away from the trucks. Again, it's not authentic, but to me it just looks a whole lot better than just using glue and screws. And of course, it's held down very well. They don't slide around. They're good and tight. And to me, it looks a whole lot better. I bought this one direct from USA Trains. They already came with that gold chain, which they also do the same thing. But this one here, I had to add chain to my pipe loads. The USA Trains one earlier was already like that. I just tightened it up some more. And again, I used double-faced tape underneath each one to keep them from sliding, and the chains to hold them down. I use that for my center beams, for my wood loads. They're all tied down. They're not held down by anything but the chain that you see there in the video. The ribbon I use, I also bought at Walmart. This is 1/8" yellow ribbon. It gives it a look, gives it some detail. And I used it to tie down those boxes and chain down these side frames from an SD70, I believe. And here I just used clear silicone. Clamp the ribbon down, do one side at a time, then you pull it tight and clamp it down and glue it with the silicone. I did use some screws for these side frames to keep them from moving around. Again, I used the chain. I had to keep it away from the trucks. I got pulled in different directions. Yeah, I used some plastic railroad ties just to give it something to sit on. Here I used some of that yellow ribbon on the my HO depressed center flat car, which gives it that tied down look when you're finished. All right, thanks everybody for watching.